Hello again, Michelle Iverson with the Brighter Light Project, and I am here with our second video in the Sacred Art of Self-Nurture series. I'm excited to dive right into it today. I have my beautiful folder here from the original class that I taught, the live in-person class. And the second thing that I want to talk about today is the importance of self-expression. And I had a wonderful mentor of mine tell me once that if there is a desire in your heart, and it's a good, moral, ethical, legal desire, then that desire was most likely placed there by God. And we don't need to feel like it's something to set on a shelf for a later time, or granted, there are seasons in life. Sometimes we can't dive fully into all of our desires at the same time. But if you desire things, there's usually a reason for that. And one of the things that we find we get into as women is a place of feeling stuck or lost, like we've lost ourselves, we've lost our real identity, especially when we get into the whole experience of marriage and motherhood or even career. You can get so involved in things that you're not really working on the relationship with yourself anymore. And like we talked about in the last video about the 3 great loves, doing that or having a struggle with those 3 great loves can just cause everything in life to become out of balance and unsatisfying. So self-expression can show up in so many different forms. My beautiful mother, in my opinion, is one of the best cooks. She makes delicious food, and I'll try to duplicate her recipes, and they never ever satisfy me in the same way. But part of that is because that is a form of her self-expression. She's putting her heart into those meals. She is expressing the essence of who she is and putting it on a plate for me to partake of. And I can't duplicate that. I can't duplicate the essence of my mother on that plate. And so she does that through her delicious food. When we were younger, she would sew things for us. So she'd make dresses. She's made some baby blankets for my children. And all of these things are a form of self-expression for her. I live in a family, I'm married into a family where there are many artistic people. And so some of them are expressing themselves through incredible works of art, paintings, drawings, things like that. Other people express themselves through dance. I always wanted to be a dancer when I was young. I truly believe, it's funny because there are 2 things that I've never really allowed myself to learn. But I feel like dancing and playing the drums are 2 ingrained desires of my heart and forms of self-expression that I've never explored for me. Because when I see an excellent dancer moving their body gracefully, or even like hip-hop style dancing, my heart jumps in my chest. It really excites me. The same thing goes for drumming. Just like, pounding on a drum. So whenever I see a drum line or a drum circle or just a drummer in a band who's really skilled, again, my heart just jumps in my chest. So maybe that's something I will explore later in my life, those 2 things. But the forms of self-expression that I have really embraced are more in speaking and teaching and writing. And ever since I was very young, I have written poetry, short stories, things of that nature. A few years ago, I started doing a blog, and I will link to that blog below this video if you want to go check it out. I have not been writing in it very faithfully, but it was just a personal blog about my life as a young mother and some of the struggles and triumphs and very innermost feelings I had during those years of my life. And it was so gratifying to me. That blog seriously was something that made me feel fulfilled. And at the time, my husband and my 2 small daughters and I, we lived in a very remote place out in the West Desert of Utah. And so there wasn't a lot of going shopping, socializing, going out and doing things with friends, things like that. But I loved expressing myself through words and sharing with my friends and family my point of view. And that is always very fulfilling for me. So when I start feeling like I'm losing a sense of myself in the middle of everything I'm trying to do, I realize I need to go back to that place and take some time to express how I'm feeling through writing or speaking, which I'm excited because these videos help me do that. They help me express the thoughts and feelings of my heart. And so my encouragement to you this time is to find that thing. If you haven't found it, if you set it up on a shelf years ago and you have a desire to do something that's expressive, I mean, that could be anything. Planting a garden, playing the piano, giving people massages, whatever it is. Take it down off the shelf, dust it off, and try it on again. And see how you feel. See how you feel about yourself, first of all, and then how that affects your relationships. Because when you are expressing yourself in a meaningful way, you're able to show up again in a more confident place where you can really love and show up without feeling resentment. And that's an important aspect of self-nurture. So to round out this video and close it up, I'm going to share with you a poem that I wrote, probably 5 years ago now, maybe, when I was living out there in that desert home in the middle of nowhere. I was just surrounded by the beauty of motherhood and the chaos of motherhood. And when poetry comes forth through me, I often feel like it's coming down through this conduit from this much holier and beautiful place and just coming through me. And so in some ways I feel like I can't claim it. I don't feel like I really was the creator of it, but that I was able to be a conduit and be a mouthpiece for it. And so if you're a mother, or if you love a mother, or aspire to be a mother, or whatever your association with motherhood is, I hope that these words will speak to your heart. Okay, this poem is called I Am a Queen. I live in a palace of paper and lace, walls smudged with fingerprints, things out of place, halls filled with music and laughter and noise, dress-up parades and tripping on toys. I chit-chat with princesses, dance and we twirl. While ruling my kingdom, my days are a whirl. Who am I, you ask? And whose company keep? My title so noble and guests so elite? I am a tutor to heaven supreme. I am a mother. I am a queen. And it is through these kinds of forms of self-expression, my friends, that light me up, that feel like I'm contributing something beautiful to the planet, and allow me to leave my mark here, to make a mark, and to make it beautiful, to make it something that can lift people and inspire people. So find that desire in your heart. Find a way to express who you are, and you're going to notice that your confidence will go up, your overall satisfaction and sense of well-being and contentment will increase, and you're going to show up from a place of more love and more power in everything you do. Give it a try and email me or leave a comment below and let me know how that's going with you. And I'll see you again next week.